Your energy company has been sending you letters for months now, practically begging you to get a smart meter fitted. They make it sound like you are doing something wrong by saying no. Free installation, real-time usage tracking, no more meter readings. Sounds brilliant, does not it? Here is what those letters do not tell you. Over 32 million smart meters have been installed across Britain, and according to industry and government figures, nearly 4 million have lost smart functionality. That is 1 in 8 meters that simply stop working properly. I spent 3 weeks talking to engineers, reading Ofgem reports, and speaking to people who have had these devices in their homes for years. What I found explains why some of the sharpest people I know have been refusing installation for the past decade. Let's start with what a smart meter actually is, because the name itself is marketing nonsense. It's not smart. It's a digital meter that sends readings to your energy supplier using mobile phone signals. That's it. Your old meter, the one with the spinning wheel or digital display, does the exact same job of measuring your usage. The difference is you read it yourself once every few months. A smart meter comes in 2 parts. There is the meter itself, which replaces your existing gas and electricity meters, and there is an in-home display. This little screen shows you how much energy you are using in pounds and pence. The theory is you will see your shower costing 40 pence and suddenly start taking shorter showers. In practice, most people glance at it for the first week, then it sits gathering dust on a shelf. The first generation, called SMETS 1, started rolling out in 2011. These meters only worked with the supplier who installed them. Switch suppliers, and the meter went dumb. You would be back to manual readings. The government realized this was a disaster, so they created SMETS 2 in 2018. These were supposed to work with any supplier. 7 years later, we are still having problems. The technology that was meant to fix everything has simply created a different set of issues. Here is something your installer will not mention until they are standing in your kitchen. Smart meters need a mobile signal to work. Not your mobile signal. They need a specific network, the Data Communications Company, known as DCC. This network uses a mix of different mobile carriers depending on where you live. In the north, it is mostly Vodafone. In the south and central regions, it is Telefonica. If you live in an area with poor mobile coverage, your smart meter might not work at all. A Freedom of Information request reported in 2023 revealed that over 600,000 homes have smart meters that cannot connect to the network. They are sitting there, installed at great expense, doing absolutely nothing that your old meter could not do. Energy companies know this before they install, but they send engineers out anyway because they are on government targets. The engineer turns up, fits the meter, cannot get a signal, shrugs, and leaves you with a very expensive, dumb meter. What makes this worse is that the DCC network coverage is not public information. You cannot check online whether your postcode will work before agreeing to installation. You just have to take the gamble and hope for the best. If you're in a basement flat, a rural area, or a building with thick walls, your chances of success drop significantly. Remember how I mentioned 4 million smart meters have lost functionality? Let me explain how this happens. You get a SMETS 1 meter installed by British Gas in 2014. It works perfectly. It shows you real-time usage, sends automatic readings, everything's brilliant. Then in 2018, you switch to Octopus Energy because they are cheaper. Overnight, your smart meter stops being smart. Why? Because SMETS 1 meters were supplier-specific. They could not talk to a different energy company's systems. The government promised these meters would be enrolled onto the DCC network and start working again. That process is still ongoing. As of October 2024, official figures show there are still 2.1 million SMETS 1 meters that have not been enrolled. People have been stuck with non-functioning smart meters for 6, 7, even 8 years. The advice from energy companies when you call to complain is get a SMETS 2 meter installed. That means another installation appointment, another day off work, another engineer in your home, and no guarantee the SMETS 2 will work any better than the SMETS 1 did. Your smart meter sends readings to your supplier every 30 minutes. Some can send them every 10 seconds if you agree to it. That is an enormous amount of data about your life. Security researchers have demonstrated that this data can reveal when you are home, when you are on holiday, what appliances you are using, and even what television program you are watching based on power consumption spikes. The energy companies insist this data is encrypted and secure. That is probably true. But in 2016, the National Audit Office warned that the smart meter system could be vulnerable to cyber attacks. Their concern was not someone hacking your individual meter. It was the possibility of someone taking control of thousands of meters at once and either shutting them down or causing them to report false readings. This has not happened, but the government's own watchdog said the risk is real enough to take seriously. Whether you think that risk is acceptable is entirely up to you, but you should at least know it exists. There is also the question of what happens to all this data long term. Your energy supplier can see detailed patterns of your life going back years. That information has commercial value. While current regulations prevent them from selling it, regulations can change. Smart meters are advertised as free. They are not free. You are paying for them through your energy bills. The smart meter rollout is costing between 13 and 16 billion pounds, depending on whose figures you believe. That cost is being recovered through everyone's energy bills, whether you have a smart meter or not. According to Ofgem estimates from 2023, the smart meter program ADDA about £57 per year to the average household bill. You are paying for the meters, the installation, the communication network, the back-end systems, and the replacement of meters that fail or go dumb. That is every single household in Britain contributing to this cost, regardless of whether they want a smart meter. The supposed benefit is that smart meters will help you reduce your energy consumption. According to government estimates, the average household saves about £11 per year with a smart meter. You're paying about £57 per year to save about £11 per year. The energy companies save a fortune because they do not have to pay meter readers anymore, and you are funding their savings through higher bills. Even worse, when your smart meter breaks or goes dumb, there is no guarantee you will get it fixed quickly. Some people wait months for replacement appointments. During that time, you are still paying the £57 annual charge for a system that is not working for you. Energy companies are under government pressure to install smart meters in every home by 2025. That deadline has already been pushed back twice, but the pressure remains. This explains why some suppliers have become incredibly pushy about installation. People report receiving letters saying their old meters are faulty and must be replaced when there is nothing wrong with them. Others have been told they cannot switch suppliers without accepting a smart meter first, which is not true. Some customers have even been threatened with forced installation under warrant, which is completely illegal unless your existing meter is actually dangerous. The tactics vary by supplier, but the goal is the same. Get you to agree to installation, hit their targets, collect their bonuses. If you want to refuse, you can. There is no law requiring you to have a smart meter. If your supplier is pressuring you, you can complain to Ofgem. I spoke to one woman in Manchester who received 23 letters in a single year about smart meter installation. Citizens Advice reports hundreds of complaints every month about aggressive smart meter sales tactics. The irony is that the harder companies push, the more suspicious people become about what they are actually getting. I have spent most of this video explaining why smart meters can be problematic, but they are not worthless. If you're on a time of use tariff like Economy 7 or any of the new flexible tariffs, a smart meter can genuinely save you money. These tariffs charge different rates at different times of day, and a smart meter automatically tracks which rate applies. Without one, you are relying on manual calculations that nobody actually does. If you are elderly or disabled and find it difficult to read your meter, a smart meter eliminates that problem. If you live in a property where the meter is in an awkward location, like outside in a locked cupboard or up in the loft space, automatic readings are genuinely convenient. The in-home display can be useful if you are genuinely willing to change your behavior based on what it shows. Some people find it helpful, others look at it once and never touch it again. If you are the kind of person who tracks your spending carefully and makes adjustments based on data, you might actually use it. Most people are not. Smart meters are not the revolution the energy companies pretend they are, and they are not the surveillance nightmare some campaigners claim either. They are a government-mandated technology with real problems that nobody wants to talk about honestly. Whether you get one is your choice, and that decision should remain yours. Do not let anyone pressure you into something you are not comfortable with. Have you had a smart meter installed? Has it worked, gone dumb, or caused you problems? Share your experience in the comments below. If you found this useful, please subscribe because I am planning more videos exposing what utility companies do not tell you.